When it comes to minimizing threats that may prevent learners from taking risks in their learning, it's about community. It's community that lets students take risks. This means building rapport and a relationship with students. This is not an easy thing to do, and it's highly contextual. I strive to create space and spaces for the students to have their own voice, to feel involved in the course. Interaction is key, whether in person or online. This could mean utilizing interactive features of the LMS, like the student-led discussion boards, collaborative writing exercises using the wiki feature, breakout group sessions. It means a lot of small group activities, discussions that welcome a diversity of perspectives. But again, it's about the space belonging to the students. The key is that this space has to be defined horizontally, student to student, rather than vertically, teacher to student. Which of course brings us to the issue of distributions of power and privilege in learning spaces, encountering forces that can lead to inequities, both among students as peers and in terms of the teacher-student dynamic. One strategy I focus on concerns how I present myself in my role. This involves acknowledging my own privilege, not only as a teacher, but as a white male, and by acknowledging it and problematizing it explicitly. I also try to include assessment that promotes learner engagement. There can be a symbiotic relationship between student motivation and an assignment that lets students express themselves. But students can't express themselves, won't feel safe revealing their individuality if they don't feel secure in the learning environment. This type of assignment, scaffolded and with plenty of formative feedback, encourages students to tap into and draw upon their own interests while meeting the learning outcomes of the course. Students can also propose the format they will use. An assignment that students are motivated to work on, at the same time, enhances their engagement and willingness to try something new in their learning. It also puts students in the driver's seat, so to speak, and takes the teacher out of it.
At the beginning of every term, I'm excited to welcome new students into the college communication classroom because I know they walk in with different experiences, different levels of expertise, and different learning goals. The beginning of the term is also when I get to introduce myself to them. I say, yes, on paper, I am your teacher, but in practice, it might feel more like I'm your communication coach. I'm here to cheer you on, I'm here to check your form, and I'm here to give you feedback. I'll share with you what's worked for me when it comes to writing and communicating in different situations, but I also invite you to share what's worked for you in the past, because just as much as you can learn from me, we can learn from you. And we will definitely learn from the process. And let me tell you, writing is a really mysterious process. And just like how we all learn differently, we all come to writing differently. So try out new techniques and strategies and, see what fits you. Reflect on what's meeting your needs, but also what's not working, what's not serving your communication goals. And if you get stuck in your writing or you're just not sure how to proceed, that's okay. I'm here to coach you through the process.
So in looking at UDL and multiple means of engagement, I was asked the question, how do you minimize threats which may prevent learners from taking risk in their learning? And if I had to respond to that, I would say I always try to create open dialogue. Students have different perspectives and thought processes, and my goal is to create a space for natural discussion and conversation. And I kind of do this by telling students they have the expertise by using relevant material to their industry. I think that, this gives students the opportunity to learn from each other and create space for their own expression and how they want to express themselves. Now, the next question, how do you counter forces that lead to inequitable distribution of power and privilege? In my opinion, we have essentially classrooms of, I would say, adult learners. I try to engage with all of them. And so if I pose a question to the class and it's mostly the same people that answer, I will oftentimes call on others to respond, give them an opportunity to, voice their opinion. I want to show that I'm interested in what they have to say as well. So while some might see this as like calling students out, I like to look at it as calling them in to be part of the conversation and let them know that they have equal opportunity to voice their opinion, engage, and have their say.